Hello and welcome to another video from me, Rough Swordsman Wargamer. It's an open the box and it's the last unboxing of my games I received from this year's GMT sale. And it is Fields of Fire 2, the 5th Marines in World War II, Korea and Vietnam. Game designed by Ben Hull and published, of course, by GMT Games. Now, when I got back into wargaming, the first game I ever bought, believe it or not, was Fields of Fire Volume 1. But before I knew any better, being a newbie, I knew gamers clipped their counters, but all I used was a nail clipper. Don't hate me. And this is why I haven't put this on the table yet to video, because of the ridicule I'm bound to get. So, if anybody from GMT happens to watch this video and they know how I can get hold of another set of counters which I can clip properly and proudly show you on the channel, then let me know. But anyway, back to the video. We've got the second volume. So, what's all this about? So, as you probably know, Fields of Fire is a solitaire game that places you in the role of a rifle company commander in actions ranging across World War II, the Korean War and the Vietnam War. And this game is based on 3 actual campaigns fought by units of the 5th Marine Regiment in those conflicts. And here are the campaigns. The World War II, it's Peleliu, September 1944. In the Korean War, it's Chosin Reservoir, November to December 1950, and the Vietnam War, Hue City, February 1968. So, game contents. Rule booklet, briefing booklet number 1 and number 2, 1 Normandy terrain deck, I think that's quite right, 1 Korea terrain deck and 1 Vietnam terrain deck, 1 action deck, 5 counter sheets, and loads of charts and player aid cards, and a mission log pad. So these terrain cards, if you're not aware, sort of abstracts the map. The units are squads, headquarters, teams and weapons crews, having 1 to 4 steps. And the step system, it says here 1 step, 2 to 3 men. And the time, each turn, 15 to 20 minutes. Here's a couple of examples of the cards. Here's one from the action deck and one from the, looks like the Peleliu terrain deck. Some of the counters. Complexity, 5 out of 9. Well, this has been discussed. It's quite an involved game. But of course the solitaire suitability is sky high, 9 out of 9. Ages 14 plus. And the game designer, as I said, Ben Hull. Game developer, Richard Gray. Art director, Roger B. McGowan. Usual crew of executive producers. Production coordinator, Tony Curtis. Counter, card, charts and booklets art, Donald Hegarty, Charles Kibler and Mark Simonich. Package design and logo design, Roger B. McGowan. And it says here the cover photo, that very famous photo, is US Marine Captain Francis Ike Fenton, Commander Company B, 5th Marines, August 1950. And the photo was taken by David Douglas Duncan, United States Marine Corps. Right, let's get the shrink wrap off. The shrink wrap is off, so let's open the box. It's a 2-inch box, sturdy box that they're using now. So let's see what's inside. Full to the brim. The first thing we see is the rule book for Volume 2 with the old breed. So let's have a look at that. So here we are. It is full colour, 62 pages, and it has had its share of criticisms. But to be fair, this is one of my favourite games. Not that I play it correctly, of course, but there we go. And there is a new sort of, well, I say errata list, it's more a clarification list that you can download and print out, or, like I've done, actually write in pencil the things that say need clarifying. But here we go. I won't go through the whole book because it is very dense and detailed. But I'm looking forward to having a go at this. So I think it's basically similar to Volume 1, but they're going to have some different bits and pieces because of the different terrain that's going to come up in this one. So there we are. Loads to read. Here's the urban cards. This is the thing that's different in this volume. There we go. And a turn sequence summary, which you'll use all the time. Them's the rules. Here's briefing booklet number 1, which will give you all the details of the campaigns and scenarios. This is the Peleliu one. So here is the company table of organisation and equipment. Here are the missions, fire support and attachments and experience points, and the Imperial Japanese Army's force packages and the unit types, and so on and so on. Potential contacts, higher headquarter events, and special rules for the Peleliu campaign. How to set the map up. It's very different to Volume 1. Orders of battle. And then we're into the Chosin Reservoir campaign. And a similar sort of thing with that. So I won't go through it all because it's all just numbers and lists and things. And here are the map diagrams for that. And then there is briefing booklet 2, which is the Hui City. Same sort of thing with the force packages, potential contacts and the like. And this one, we'll all look at this. That's the master map. We've got some configurations. This looks really different. And some background historical notes. Wonderful. That's always good to see. And there we are. With the squad breakdowns on the back. Got a pad of the mission logs you'll need. And on the other side, again, this looks different to the one in Volume 1, where you can write down what you have. Here's the command display where you'll put all your assets for your company, turn marker, how many actions, headquarters and the like have got. Here's the enemy activity check hierarchies. So enemy defensive activity hierarchy, depending on what their tactics are. And on the other side, we've got lat and pinned activity check hierarchy. And one for when they're on the offensive. Here are the Imperial Japanese Army force packages. And on the other side, we have them for the Communist Chinese forces and the North Vietnamese. Here are some more charts and tables that you'll use. This is a bifold. We've got the lat limitations chart, weapons capability chart, and all the actions you can do are listed there. Command limitations, depending on the experience of the HQ or staff. Card draw modifiers, potential contacts, and so on. And on the back, infantry combat modifiers and anti-tank combat resolution and modifiers. Here's the vehicle and anti-tank weapons chart. And on the other side, action attempt symbols. And finally, helicopter control card, one for the US Marine Corps and the US Army. Next, 5 counter sheets. Here's the first one. We've got our potential contact markers there, exposed markers, cover, primary direction of fire, foxholes, wrecks, activation for vehicles. On the other side, we've got pinned trenches and bunkers. Second sheet here, got volume of fire markers for automatic and small arms, grenades, concentrate fire, snipers, smoke. Equipment here, phone lines. If you've not come across this game before, this is bonkers. It's a fantastic game. Learning curve though, I won't lie, is very steep. But everybody says if you persevere with it, they're popping out. It's very worthwhile. Flame attack. Sheet number 3. We've got litter teams, paralysed markers, casualties, assault teams, fire teams, smoke. That's Willie Pete, that's smoke. The different colours of smoke. Here we've got, they're upside down, but you've got the platoon HQs and other staff there. And here are your units. And some are 4 steps. There we are. Got to be very careful. They want to leap out, do these counters. They're on the thick brown core as per normal. Here's some stuff for the other side. Litter teams, paralysed and the like. Look at that. LVTs, Shermans, Chinooks. Crikey, it's all in this one. And the last sheet. Some more assault teams and the like. Enemy tanks. And as you can see, they are popping out. Whoa, there we go. We're getting to the bottom of the box. We've got some baggies. And our decks of cards. And just the insert. Right, let's have a look at those cards. Here's the action deck, which is the engine of the game, if you like. There are no dice in this game. Everything is driven by this deck here. Number generator, random number generator here. Icon-driven information there. Combat results there, and so on. Very clever mechanism. So that's the action deck. There are also some reference cards. Here's one for infantry combat and volume of fire modifiers. That's actually the same on both sides, I think. We've got one for spotting attempts, the draw modifiers. And on the other side, anti-armor table, command draw modifiers. Here we've got visibility and potential contact draw chart. So depending on your current activity level and what type of potential contact marker you got determines how many cards you draw to see if you make contact with the enemy. And some, as you can see, are automatic. And one that says other. Use all that apply. And there's all the icons and what they mean. So that's the action deck. And then we've got the 3 terrain decks. Here's Peleliu. And this is unusual in that you set this up as per the diagram in the briefing booklets. So we've got surf zone, beach, dunes. So you're working your way up the beaches and then into the palm groves and such inland. Very different. One for the Korean campaign. So loads of different terrain here. And lastly, the Vietnam one, the Battle of Hue. So look at this, completely different looking cards because it's in the city. So that'll be interesting to find out how that works. Traffic circle, rubble, crikey. There we are. That's your terrain decks. So this has been an Open the Box, an unboxing of the last game that I received from this year's GMT sale. And it is Fields of Fire 2 with the old breed. The 5th Marines in World War II, Korea and Vietnam. Designed by Ben Hull and published, of course, by GMT Games. Well, I hope you enjoyed that and you found it interesting. If you did, and it was, and you haven't done so already, it would be great if you would consider subscribing to the channel, because it really does help. Pushing the like button of this video helps tremendously as well. And if you want to be informed of other content the channel uploads, then push the bell. Leave a comment. I know this game has had a lot of criticism, but if you crack it, it's a fantastic game. Look on Board Game Geek, look at videos on YouTube. They'll help tremendously as well. And don't forget the errata and clarifications that have just recently come out. But what do you think? Leave a comment. Whatever your opinion, I love to read them. Thanks as always to my subscribers. Thank you very much. And just one more thing before I go. If you want to support the channel a little bit further, well, now you can. You can buy the channel a coffee. And those coffees go towards maintaining the channel and allowing it to continue to upload new content. If you want to check that out, I'll leave a link in the description, and thank you. So, until next time, as always, you take care and goodbye.